So what's the story behind my Z's green hood? What happened to the original hood, and what happened to the glass? So today I'm getting a new windshield. The one I have now is the original windshield that came on the car from the factory, and it's a little bent out of shape. But don't worry, help is on the way. And while my friend from Safelight here is working on the new windshield, I'm going to tell you the story of what happened. It was April 21st, 2022. I was still in college. There was a helicopter on campus that day. And that night we were going to the driving range. I was driving the Z and we were having a great time. Right before I left to go home, I took this picture. Little did I know what was about to happen. I'd been driving around on back roads the whole evening, and I hadn't realized that I didn't put in the hood pins that hold down the hood. As soon as I got up to speed on the highway, it sounded like a bomb went off. I was in shock and I didn't know what had happened. There was glass all over me and I couldn't see anything. I somehow was able to pull over without hitting anything, and without leaving the car, I realized what was going on. I didn't put the hood pins in. The hood flew up, busted the windshield, and shattered the T-top. 3 years later, it's time for a new windshield. It's a pretty looking piece of glass. Yeah, it's a lot better than the one I got in there. Oh, shattered. Now this is a really interesting process because the glass is held in with only glue. So in order to take it out, you use this device which uses strings to slice it out. And then you just can go around pulling the string through.
Yeah, but if you can see right here, right, like all the urethane that's down in here, that's gonna be a small problem.
This whole car is a large problem, so. Jokes aside, he was talking about how old and stiff the glue was holding in the windshield. And shortly that would pose a problem. But what about this green hood? And I don't know if you noticed here, but there's also a green T-top. Well, as you saw, the original hood got pretty crunched up. You can actually see the outline of the A-pillars in the roof. Well, the green hood and the green T-top came off of a junkyard car. I went to LKQ and picked them off myself. You crank that tight and it pulls behind the glass?
Yep.
That's crazy. So is it automatically gonna pull this string underneath the glass too?
I don't know what happened with your A-pillar.
Oh, what, with the cover falling off?
Yeah.
Dude, it's falling apart. It's a piece of shit. You ought to just be able to pull it straight out, I think. Yeah, there you go. You can just lay it out of the way. Yeah, it was literally being held up by the sun visor.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, it doesn't
I gotta reattach all that. Dude, cosmetically, this car's a piece of shit. The engine is really good though. I swear. Dude, that is so crazy. It's just slipping around.
like it creates a lot of tension. So I mean, like,
dude, that is so dope that like automatically goes around and cuts out under the windshield. I'm very impressed. If you look at the old hood, you see that there was a lot of space around the supercharger and it actually captured a lot of air. The cool thing was getting a new hood gave me an opportunity to do an even better, tighter cut around the supercharger for the new hole in the hood. And I really am happy with the way that it did come out.
Okay, so there's one thing that I can do that'll make this quicker, but I need permission from you before I even decide to do it.
Okay. So this rubber is so pesky, we're switching to a steel cable. He kept having trouble with his string breaking, so he wanted to switch to metal, but there's a risk of it doing a little bit more damage. I told him I'm not worried about it and to go ahead and send it. And before you know it, we were all the way through. Beautifully done, sir. Now so just pop right out of there? Whoa.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Wow, that's sick. Damn, that looks like Dude, I need to clean my car more. And after I made a couple jokes about weight reduction, He took some time to clean off all of the old glue, scraped it clean, and then put on some new glue. Once all the new glue was squirted into place, it's time to slap that new windshield on there real quick. And in the end, even though I'm much happier with the way the cutout on this green hood looks, I want to do another hood with an even better cutout. So if you know anybody that has a Glacier Pearl White 300ZX hood, I'm interested in buying it. Squirted